I'm Howie Scarborough. I'm the CEO of Fall Protection Distributors, and we've recently written a blog about Central States and the standing seam panels that they produce. And what we're talking about is fall protection equipment that is compatible with their roof systems. So we want to protect the roof systems as well as the workers. So if you'll scroll down here to the bottom, there's a quick reference chart. You have the panels across the top, and you have the products down the left column. So starting with the SSRA1, this is our seam anchor. So it's a single worker tie-off point. It uses 12 cup tip set screws. That's going to lock onto the seam with 90 inch-pounds of torque. That's not foot-pounds, but inch-pounds. And whenever we're talking about the SSRA1 product, we're talking about steel panels only and 22 and 24 gauge steel. So anytime you're working on panels that, even if it fits on a panel, if it's aluminum or zinc or some of these lighter materials, it's not compatible. Those lighter materials just won't hold up during the lab testing. So the standard anchor has all stainless steel cup tip screws, and that is intended for 22 gauge steel. And then if you go to the SSRA1 nylon tip version, the only difference is it has different set screws. They're interchangeable. With the nylon tip, it just is what the name says. It has a nylon bushing in the end of the set screw, and these are intended for 24 gauge steel. So on the 24 gauge panels, we use a softer tip on the set screw, but we use a little bit more torque. Instead of 90 inch-pounds, we go to 180 to 200 inch-pounds. Now, once you have those, then you can remove the D-ring off the top of those anchors. If you need to use 10-foot walkboards for a nice level surface, let's say you're painting or something along those lines, you can add SSRA2 roof jack adapters. These are great because they're adjustable for different pitch roofs, and they also have adjustable side legs for different height seams. So it stabilizes the seam, so when you're up on the walkboard, it's not bouncing all over the place. So the SSRA2 roof jack adapters, that's something else to consider. Now, if you need a 100-foot temporary lifeline for maximum worker mobility up on a roof, then you can add the SSRA3 Anchor Plate. So we sell these individually, or we have a kit that has the anchors, the plates, and the rope available on the website. But this is a great way to have a horizontal lifeline on a standing seam roof with no penetration. So this is an industry exclusive, great way to expand the use of the SSRA1. So the SSRA3 has adjustable grooves in the plate and allows it to adjust from 12 to 24 inch wide seams. And each plate requires 2 SSRA1 seam anchors to mount, and you would have that assembly at each end of your rope. So to mount one rope, it's 4 anchors and 2 plates, and that'll give 2 workers the ability to move all of 100%. So if you're on a roof that perhaps needs permanent horizontal lifeline, we also sell an industry exclusive Super Anchor 120-foot permanent horizontal lifeline. So that kit it's intended for standing seams. It has clamps, it has base plates, 5-inch riser posts, 120 feet of galvanized steel cable. That's for more permanent installations. So the last product I want to talk about was the Ridge Pro. So the Ridge Pro is a very versatile product. The roof inspectors love it. Christmas light installers, people that have to get on the roof for a short period of time to do an inspection or a quick repair, they love the Ridge Pro. So it very simply mounts on the end of a 16-foot pole. You would climb the ladder, use the pole to run it up the roof, flip it over the peak of the roof, and it's going to have a vertical lifeline attached to it. So as soon as it hooks over the peak, your lifeline is attached. So once you step off the ladder onto the roof, you're already tied off. And you can ascend the roof and you can install anchors to work off of permanently or whatever you need to do. Then once you're back to the ladder safely, you can detach the Ridge Pro with the pole and get safely back to the ground, and you stay tied off the entire time. So another great product. And the Ridge Pro is going to work with most roof types. Doesn't have to be a metal roof. As long as it's 612 to 1212, the Ridge Pro is a great solution. So if you have a question about any of these products or any of these panels, you can give us a call. Our number's here on the website. You can email us at support@fallpd.com, or you can always hit this little blue button on the bottom right corner of the website, and that's our live chat. Just let us know how we can help you.